What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm taking care of my future self. I've got a lamb leg coming up to the use by date. So a little tip or hack that you can use in the kitchen: marinate it. If you marinate it, it's good for at least another day, even two, past its use by date. And if you're not feeling that you want to cook it or anything like that, chuck it in the freezer. When you pull it back out, it's already full of flavor. We're thinking ahead, reducing our personal food waste, and I'm gonna show you how I like to marinate my lamb leg. Can I get to the yams? Alright, here's the lamb leg I'm using. It's about, I don't know what this is, maybe like half, or it's a small lamb or something like that, I don't know. So I picked this up for cheap. It's on special. I think it's like $4 or $5 less per kg. This is how you add variation of the different proteins in your diet. Just buy on special, marinate it, chuck in the freezer, and pull it out whenever you want it or whenever you feel like you need a switch up. It's expiring tomorrow, so I'm gonna show you real quick how I like to marinate it. First step is getting a little bit of extra virgin olive oil all over, top and bottom. So I'm just gonna lightly score it. I'm planning to use this on the spit. Anything to help the fat render is a plus. Don't need to go too hard here because there's not so much fat. Over here there's a lot of fat. It's quite thick. I'm not gonna go too deep. You can see like just barely. And when you have seasonings and stuff, if you have fat, silver skin in general, the seasonings aren't gonna penetrate the flesh, the meat, the muscle. So scoring is a good way to get that seasonings penetrating through the meat. I scored the skin and the fat in a crosshatch pattern. If I didn't score it, the fat will render, but the seasonings wouldn't have a proper opportunity to go through into the actual flesh of the lamb. I'm gonna squeeze a lemon over it. I'm doing everything by eye. I'll let you guys know how much I'll be using. So that's one lemon. If there's seeds where you can get them, then take them out, but you don't need to be too picky at this stage. Now we're gonna go in with some rosemary. Lamb and rosemary are best friends. So just sprinkle it on, pat it in, get it into the cracks. This big hunk of flesh, you gotta season that too. Flip it over. This is a big piece of meat right here that needs to be seasoned. Next is some salt. Flip that a bit over. On the meat side, salt's done, pepper. Freshly cracked is the best. Don't be stingy with your seasonings. Pepper's not spicy, pepper's flavor, alright? If you think pepper's spicy, then you think water's spicy too. Last ingredient of mine is smoked paprika. Absolutely love this on lamb. I've got about a tablespoon. I'm gonna do half on top. And don't be afraid when you're seasoning meat, pick that shit up. This is how our lamb is looking after seasoning. Beautiful. You can really see that smoked paprika made its color pop, and that's what we want. It adds that visual aesthetic, because guys, if you want to take your cooking game to the next level, yeah, it's got to taste good, but you also got to make that food look good. Experimental colors: red, yellow, green, just the colors that really pop, stand out. I'm going to be vacuum sealing this lamb leg. What I like to do is label it, so I've got today's date, what it is, the weight of it, ASAP, or use ASAP when it's either a reduced product or it's coming close to its use by. Chuck it in. And oh, I know there's gonna be cheesehead in the comments that's gonna be like, bro, not everyone can afford a vacuum sealer. Bro, the normal person doesn't have a vacuum sealer. Use anything you have. Bro, get some Glad wrap. If you're using it in a couple of days, just chuck it in the bowl. Cover it with Glad wrap, put a plate over it. No one cares about your problems. We only care about solutions over here, alright? Hopefully tomorrow the weather will put on a show for us, because I'm real excited to show you guys how to use this, or how to use the spit. To be honest, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to barbecue. The 2 weeks before has been incredible weather, and out of those 14 days I managed to grill 8, 9, 10 times. So bro, I've got the itch. I'm ready to show you guys how to cook up some mean feeds. That's how you prep, that's how you organize. And when we get to cooking this, whenever it will be, hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, you guys will see that too. So I'm gonna go to sleep. It's pulling up to 10 o'clock. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you whenever I see you. What's going on, guys? It's the next day, so let's see what the weather's doing. Ocean's a little rough. Got my chimney, charcoal baskets. This is already preloaded. Got a little bit of cardboard, some wood, some more fuel at the bottom. I'm gonna get this lit and I'll see you in another 10 minutes. Nothing to it, as easy as that. Second claw goes on. Same thing, get that tight. This is my setup. I've got a drip tray, 1 layer of charcoal, 2 layer of charcoal. I've just done the hand test and this side is the hotter side, but I might have to readjust in the next 10-15 minutes when these bigger briquettes start to light nice. Here's my rotisserie. I've got the lid here for a slight windshield. Here's our lamb we're cooking. I like to chuck it in the machine and then see if I need to adjust it anywhere on the rod. So yeah, it needs to go a little bit further forward. Now we're kind of sitting center now in between the 2 charcoal baskets. Give that a supreme tighten. Here's a 15-minute update. So first thing that I can see is this side's getting nice and toasty because it's the overhanging side. I need to check the heat between 2 sides. That's pretty good. That side's way hotter, so I need to adjust some coals. That's nice and consistent. This side is blasting. Is this? It's a lump. That lump is producing some high heat. Is it called perpendicular or just straight horizontal? What I like about the rotisserie is whenever I want, it's usually towards the end of the cooking, I can just turn it off and let one side get direct cooking heat and the other side can just chill out. But everything's looking pretty sweet, distributed some heat. I think that's all I need to do for the next 15 minutes. We're about half an hour into the cook time. I'm just doing a little finger poke test to see how we're doing. If you have a thermometer, yeah, use that. I have mine, but I know this will take at least another 15 minutes to get it where I want, a nice medium. So that's the last 15 minutes up. Now it's time to take a temp. I'm aiming anywhere between 65 to 68 Celsius. I think that will give us like a medium rare going into a medium. So we're literally knocking on the door to our lower end temp, which is a pretty good sign. This will take another like couple minutes, if that. So our lamb's been resting for 15 minutes. Oh, that smells so good. Carve it up. So there's another bone there. So there was just a little tendon, no, there's a ligament. Just give that a slice and you just go all the way down and that's how you carve it up nicely. That's all meat there. This is our bigger chunk of meat that we can carve easily. The only other bone we have to watch out for is this small one. I'm gonna be slicing up all this lamb. Serving it with some chips, some cucumber, tomato. You can see just how juicy that is. That's perfect. That's perfect. Pieces will easily separate like that. You don't have to fight against it because it's just gonna fall off for you. And then continue to slice the meat. Same thing as before, you just need to follow the bone. Work with the piece of meat, not against it, and everything will be easy as. This part is the fat and the skin that I scored last night. These make some really nice flavorful crunchy bites. You can just use the score marks to slice that through, and then that's an individual portion. Here's my lunch. I got some cucumber, tomato, that beautiful delicious lamb, and some chips. Usually for a meal like this I'll have some rice, but I got sent some aioli in the mail. I got it like a couple days ago, so I got to test this aioli out. This is the pepper variation. They have original lemon and pepper. This one says it's supposed to be good for beef and lamb. There is hints of pepper. They put some lemon in this, which is quite nice. I'm not that much of a sauce guy, but for the people that absolutely are die-hard sauce people, like, it's pretty good. The process was super easy. Didn't need to be there constantly turning anything around. Pretty much just stick the rod in, get it going, and I can have some of the best lamb out. You can't buy that, and that's the thing. When you make real good food like that, no one's selling lamb on the charcoal. At a restaurant, you'll be paying out your butthole for it. And you can make it easy as at home. Look how easy that tore apart. And now finally it's time for the taste test. It's all those flavors, man. Underlying, the meat is extremely tender. That's what the lemon juice helps to do as well. I got some real nice fatty pieces, some real nice rare pieces. Even rare, I can eat lamb rare. That's so addicting. That's crazy. Let's taste it with a little bit of that aioli. I reckon if you go through all the process to make something this good, in my opinion, it's not even, you don't even need any sauce to go with it, unless you're making it from scratch in your home with like the highest quality ingredients. Like if I was to make like a crazy good chimichurri, this will pair perfectly with it. Store-bought, maybe not so much, but I'll give these guys a go. That's sticking on the chips. But all in all, guys, that's the end of the video. So please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. There's gonna be more videos getting pumped out every week. You don't want to miss them. Tell your friends about them, tell your nan about them, tell your mum about them, tell your dad about them. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.